Joining me is LSU offensive lineman Ethan Pocic, and played a number of different roles tonight in LSU's victory. Let's talk about the good. The first half, 23 points. What was working offensively?
I'd say, we're just executing. Coaches, had a hell of a game plan, and I don't know if I'm allowed to say it. Coaches had a great game plan.
You can say it. It's cable.
Yeah, the coaches just had a great game plan, and we just had everyone doing their job and playing physical. I thought they did a good job. They were firing back, and it was one of those fun dogfights.
Well, what's your take from Danny's game tonight? 19 of 30. It's his first start. Played the entire ball game.
Yeah, I think Danny's a natural killer, natural competitor. It's like practice to him. It's the same whether he's in practice, the game. And then another thing is all the off the field stuff he does. All the film study. You can see it pay off.
What about him? What are the things he does well? He's better than some other people in what?
Well, I'd say what Danny did a good job of tonight. Not every play needs to be a big play. There's nothing wrong with hitting the check down or taking a run for 4 yards. He didn't force the ball tonight. He just he did his job. A check down might be like a 3 or 4 yard play, not a touchdown, but it moves the chain. It might move the chains, and it's it's a good positive play.
The thing that you bring to the table is your versatility. A guy that anybody you talk about can play any of the different positions. Is there a preferred position on that O-line?
Yeah, I feel like I'm a center, but kind of just had to I had to move out there today to tackle and just try to make the most of it.
What kind of grade would you give yourself over there?
I don't know. I feel like I was decent in the run game. I had a holding call, but just learning experience.
Finally, going into Auburn next week, tough place to play. LSU's had its moments, ups and downs over there. When you think of the Auburn rivalry, what do you think of?
One of those SEC teams that's they're going to hit you, and it's like tonight. It's going to be a dogfight. No team's going to give up. It's not. It's going to be one of those games that could go down to the last minute, and they play hard, they play physical. Coach Steele's there now. So it's going to be fun.
Ethan Pocic, nice job today on that offensive line. Thanks for the time. Let's go back to Louisiana Cat Studios.